Hi, this is Dr. Lisabeth Medlock from Life by Design Coaching, and this is your life coaching tip of the week. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about managing personal change. There's a longer video of this on my YouTube site, Life by Design Coaching, but I'm going to just spend a couple minutes because change is part of all of our lives. You know, they said the only constant is change, and I think that that's true. So I want to give you a few tips for managing change and some things to consider as you go through a life change. One thing, and I think the most important thing, is to consider what is in your control and what is not in your control. A lot of people that I work with get really caught up in things that they have no control over and they waste a lot of energy. That's really a mistake. You have to really identify what parts of this change can I control and focus your energy there. The second thing you have to do is identify your options, and there's always more than one option. There may be an option A, an option B, and an option C, but look at all the ways to go through the change process because there's usually not one. And with that, remain flexible because flexibility is important. You may start down one path and find it's not working for you. So you may have to go from option A to option B or a blend of option A and option B. But remaining flexible throughout the process is important. Another thing is to really examine your attitude. Getting through change successfully has a lot to do with having a positive attitude and having the belief that you can change. If you have a belief that you can't change, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So attitude is critically important in getting through a change process. And the last thing is really to build a support system around yourself. Going through any kind of life change and managing change in your life, you can't really do it on your own, and I've learned that. You really have to have a really good support network. So build that support network, whether it be friends or families, colleagues, or all of the above. Build that support network around you. There's some things that are going to kind of regulate the pace of your change, and the key is not to go too fast or too slow, but to do what's right for you and what feels right for you, not have other people pressure you or push you or feel like there's a certain timeline or when you can make changes. And there's a couple of things that really feed into the pace of change. One is security. Some people need to feel more safe and secure before they go through a change, and that's fine. Some people are more risk takers. If you're the kind that has to feel really, really secure, change may be slower for you. The second thing is specificity. Some people need to be more specific, bite off smaller chunks, and have more smaller kind of baby steps to move forward, and that's okay too. Age is a big factor. It's just, I hate to say this, the older we get, the harder it is to change and get out of our old habits and change our old attitudes. So age has something to do with it. The older you get, the slower the change process usually is. And the last thing is time. Really, they say time heals all wounds, and really time allows for change to happen. But how much time that takes is going to be different depending on the person. So don't push yourself. Just do what's right for you. This was tips for managing personal change. Again, there's a longer video on personal change, and I'll see you next week for another life coaching tip of the week. Have a good week.